10 terrible space shuttle accidents. The dream of being a great astronaut possibly passed through everyone's mind. The idea of piloting a ship and getting to know other space sounds fantastic. Many will give anything for the opportunity to achieve this dream. However, this, as all the profession, has risks which have finished in so sad forms the life of many astronauts who fought to fly to the space. In a matter of seconds, everything can change in a very unexpected way, as we can see on this video. Number 1. Gemini 9. In this terrible event, the command and pilot died. They were flying a T-38 jet to the McDonnell aircraft plant in St. Louis, Missouri. They were participating in a 2-week simulation training. The bad weather created poor visibility. The pilot flew too close to the ground and crashed. This happened on February 28, 1966. Number 2. The Soyuz 1. On April 24, 1967, Colonel Cosmonaut Vladimir Komarov was chosen to control the first launch. 9 minutes later takeoff, problems began to be reported, and in the second orbit of the Earth, a solar panel did not open. This panel was crucial as it provided half of the ship's power, and although the cosmonaut tried hard to do the manual procedure, it was unfortunately useless. They tried to perform a rescue with Soyuz 2, but it was impossible. Finally, with desperation, Komarov decided to enter again to the Earth, but his parachute was never opened, causing him to die on impact in the southern Ural Mountains. Number 3. Apollo 1. This event occurred in January 1st in 1967. What began as a practice for a future launch ended in the death of 3 astronauts who, when they entered the ship, immediately started problems. One of them was the sour smell, followed by a fire in the cabin, and 17 seconds later a fire quickly spread, killing these people. This has been one of the worst space accidents in history. Number 4. Soyuz 11. This is the only event related to fatalities in outer space. The Russian exploration team of Soyuz 11 took off on June 30 in 1971 and landed on the space station Soyuz 1, where they achieved a stay of 22 days, carrying out a series of research projects. When the mission was uncoupled, a cabin valve opened, causing the oxygen liquid, which caused the astronauts to choke to death by the compression at altitude. Present studies affirm that they would have been saved if they had worn spacesuits. Number 5. Columbia Space Shuttle. The ship took off on February 1st on 2003 under the command of Rick Husband and pilot William McCool. This accident occurred because a piece of foam had fallen from the fuel tank during the takeoff, tearing a hole in the wing and heat shield. The 7 astronauts on board died in the disintegration of the ship. Number 6. Vostok 2M. This series of Soviet ships in March 18 of 1980 suffered a terrible accident when they fueled the ship, which exploded and killed 50 people. The investigation of the fact revealed that the replacement of the hydrogen peroxide filters made from lead by tin caused the explosion. Number 7. Titan 4. The mission had the objective of putting a satellite into orbit. The chip exploded only a few seconds after takeoff. This accident is one of the most costly in the history of space travel, with damages of almost $1 billion. Fortunately, there were no human losses. Number 8. Ariane 5. After taking off from the French Guiana space base, the failure of the control system software caused him to go crazy from too much information and transmitted erroneous data to the central computer, which gave the order to correct a deviation that did not exist and put the ship on a fatal trajectory that caused the explosion only 40 seconds after takeoff. Number 9. Vanguard Tv3. It was the first experiment to place a satellite in orbit. After exit from the platform in Cape Canaveral, the ship lost power and began to descend at the same time of the rupture and explosion of the fuel tanks. Although the shuttle was destroyed, the satellite was propelled on December 6 of 1957. Number 10. The Challenger Space Shuttle. On January 28 of 1986, the Challenger exploded 73 seconds after launch. The ship completely disintegrated in the Atlantic Ocean with its crew of 7 astronauts. At least 3 of them stayed conscious after the explosion, and the rest lost consciousness due to the lack of oxygen. However, nobody survived the impact against the water. These stories show us that the only limit in our life is death. There are always risks in everything we do. These people lost their lives due to the adverse causes. In honor of all of them, we must remember that life can change in a second, and it is our responsibility to do the best we can until our time comes. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and give us a like.